There are numbers in gold mining that feel less like measurements and more like myths. 10,000 ounces is one of them, a hard, glittering line in the dirt that separates a strong season from a legendary one. And in the Yukon, where the ground gives up nothing without a fight, that number begins to loom over everything. For Parker Schnabel and Tony Beets, it is no longer just a target, it is a ceiling hanging low over their heads, daring them to break through. And for Rick Ness, miles away from that race, the battle is even more intimate. One last push, one last cut, one last chance before the pay dirt runs dry. As the season narrows and the pressure hardens, two mining giants find themselves chasing the same milestone from different directions. Parker, driven by precision and momentum, pushes his operation toward the 10,000-ounce barrier with the urgency of a man who knows success can vanish in a single bad week. Tony, seasoned and relentless, bears down on the same mark with the weight of experience and pride behind every move. At the same time, Rick is fighting a different clock altogether, trying to open the last chance cut before he runs out of pay dirt at Vegas Valley, a race not for glory, but for survival. Together, their stories turn one episode into three separate collisions with time, risk, and expectation. But gold has a cruel way of making every finish line feel farther away the closer you get. For Parker and Tony, the 10,000-ounce barrier is not just about what is left in the ground. It is about whether the machines hold, whether the cuts stay rich, whether the season can deliver under the crushing weight of its own promise. Every loader bucket, every wash plant run, every weigh-in begins to carry the tension of a final exam. And then there is Rick, staring into the uncertainty of the last chance cut, knowing that if he cannot get it open in time, the season does not end with a triumphant total. It ends with emptiness, with silence, with the bitter reality of equipment still running, but nothing left worth feeding into it. This is where the season tightens like a vice. Parker and Tony are no longer simply mining, they are trying to force history to move. The gold room becomes more than a destination, it becomes judgment. Every ounce recovered feels heavy now, not because of what it is, but because of what it means. Somewhere between ambition and exhaustion, both men stare at that invisible ceiling and swing upward with everything they have left. And for Rick, the turning point comes in the dirt itself. Last chance has to open. It has to pay. Because when a miner names a cut like that, everyone already understands what is at stake. There is no backup plan hidden behind the next ridge. There is only this ground, this moment, and the terrifying possibility that it won't be enough. In the end, the gold ceiling is not really about a number. It is about what men become when they get close enough to touch the thing they have spent an entire season chasing. Parker sees a legacy within reach. Tony sees another chance to prove that experience still conquers all. Rick sees the thin line between revival and collapse. And beneath all of it, the Yukon remains what it has always been, indifferent, unforgiving, and impossibly rich. Because in gold mining, the greatest pressure does not come from deep underground. It comes from the moment when the dream is finally close enough to lose.